Number 11, Moonlight Suite. This is the last one in chapter 3. And out of all of the Etudes, I might be most proud of this one. I would probably say that about all of them, though, I guess, to be honest. Moonlight Suite is a double concerto. Or I guess in terms of the Etude book, it's a multiplayer Etude. Keep it in the video game lingo. What I mean by that is there is an orchestral part that's in the backing track. There is a solo viola / cello line, that's the Etude. So the viola and the cello essentially share the same music. Obviously there's an octave displacement. The cello is an octave lower, and some things are reworked so that the cello part is a little bit more manageable. And then there is a separate violin solo part. That's their Etude. And the idea is that it's a duo. You're at a dance. You're dancing with somebody. You've just met somebody, and you're learning how to play with another solo part alongside an orchestra, which I think is great. So let me explain how the backing tracks work for this, because it does get a little complicated. Here is our audio play-along playlist. You can get to that, of course, from the QR code page. You'll notice that, I don't know if you can see it here, but this one is red. That indicates that this is actually one of my demo playthroughs. And I'm saying it's a demo playthrough because it's got both solo parts, the violin solo and the viola solo, embedded into the track. So let's just hear that really quick. It might be easier if we actually look at the legend version, just so we can really hear it. Here's where the duo becomes really apparent. So you can kind of hear the violin, you can kind of hear the viola. Those are the two solo parts. There are a number of play-along options for this. So that's what we just heard now, contains both solo parts baked into the track. That's called Moonlight Suite Demo Playthrough with violin, viola / cello solos. There's this version, which is Moonlight Suite for violin players. What this means is that if you're a violinist playing along with the track and you want the viola sound, your duo partner, in the track, this is the one that you should check. So let's warp ahead to that middle section. Let's see where it is. Sorry. Here we go. So you see only the viola solo in there. And that makes sense because if you're the violin player, you'll supply that solo violin line. You still get to experience the solo concerto vibes with your dance partner, your duo partner. And Moonlight Suite for viola and cello players is the opposite. It only has the violin solo in it, so that once we skip ahead to that middle section there, let's see if I can do this. It only has the violin solo baked in. You get the idea. So that's that is for viola and cello players, those who want to hear the violin solo part in there. Now, if we go to Moonlight Suite multiplayer mode, this is the version without any solos baked in. It's just the orchestral track. So this is, if you have a violin and a viola student or a violin and a cello student who are in the room together playing the solo part, this is the one you want. So we get to that middle part. There's no dugga-dugga-dums. So this piece is in 3 movements: gavotte-esque, intimate, which is very difficult actually, even in the noble version, because of these 6 flats and this 5/4, but it does sound really cool. And then a tarantella, classic dance suite. This is the piece that I am turning into, or maybe by the time this recording is done, have turned into an actual orchestra piece. So everything is fully written out. There are parts for the orchestra, there's parts for optional percussion, and there's the solo parts. And you can mix and match solo parts to basically any combo of violin and viola or violin and cello, each choosing their own noble or legend difficulty mode. So I'm really excited for this. I've got some youth symphonies already interested in that. If you're interested in this one or any other of the etudes to be sort of turned into real pieces without backing track, you can email me at nick@nickravel.com, or you can tell me in a Zoom cafe. We can hang out, play some etudes, and you can ask any questions you want. That's nickravel.com/hero levels. And that takes care of the Moonlight Suite. That's the end of chapter 3. We're about to face some bosses in the next chapter. Stay tuned.